Track 22, Unit 7, Lesson 5, Activity A. Listen and do.
Now I'd like to turn to the second part of our discussion. This is a really difficult issue. What's the best way of helping countries that need to develop economically? Tessa Stone, would you like to start?
Well, in my opinion, aid programs are very important. They can provide a lot of short-term help through the support of charities and volunteers who can come and give their time and skills to help.
Excuse me, but I'd like to say something here.
Please, go ahead, Azad.
Thanks. Well, I agree that aid programs can provide a lot of short-term help, but short-term is the right word. Programs like these are just for emergency situations, such as the tsunami across the Indian Ocean in 2004, or the terrible earthquake in Haiti in 2010.
Yes, but emergency situations can go on for years. There are people and whole communities that never recover from something like that 2004 tsunami. Those aid programs go on being needed.
I take your point, but think of it this way. If aid keeps coming, free food, clothing, house construction and so on, it can't help damaging local businesses because they can't compete. They can't work for nothing, so they don't. And that means that the local economy can't rebuild itself.
So, what do you suggest instead, Azad?
I really feel that microfinance schemes are the way forward. As the name suggests, only small loans are made. But these can often be enough to help poor people start and grow small businesses. The great advantage is that loans like these can help large numbers of people to help themselves.
That's an interesting idea. But now, Leon Beck, would you like to come in at this point?
Thanks. Well, there may be something to be said for microfinance, but the problem is that it just can't pay for the big infrastructure developments that a developing country needs. Roads, bridges, tunnels, and many other things.
So, what do you think governments of countries like that should do instead?
For big projects such as roads, I think they need to get loans from the World Bank or from other international sources of money. If these things are planned and organised well, they have the power to help lift the whole economy quickly. Take the case of the High Aswan Dam, for example. When it was built, half of Egypt suddenly had electricity for the first time.
Sorry, but can I say something here?
Please, go ahead, Tessa.
In the case of Aswan, I think the old Soviet Union paid most of the cost, and borrowing money internationally for big projects is really very dangerous. After all, it may lead to huge national debts, and if that happens, which it often does, countries have to pay back money that they need for new schools, hospitals, and all sorts of other important things. In other words, a big loan like this can do more bad than good.
So, in the end, all these types of help have points for and against, advantages and disadvantages.